Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Maincast Autumn Brawl coverage. We just said goodbye to the most awesome banner we have seen this tournament so far, but we say hello to some familiar faces for Lizard sitting next to me. I'm, of course, Killer Pigeon, and former ex-EPG member here, ready to cast the best of three.
Ready to flame them, not cast them. Come on. It's going to be fun.
Cast the best of three.
It's going to be fun watching your old teammates make some failfish movements. You know, that's always fun. You always want to flame them a little bit.
Oof.
It's
Except
maybe
Mitch.
I won't.
Except
No
Mitch.
flamples. No flamples.
No Mitch flame. All
I
right.
won't. I love these guys. They're actually turning into a really decent team right now. I don't know if it's the fact that I'm not with them anymore. Not certain, but
Was Lil maybe left and LeBron was right?
I think that might be the case indeed. Lil Pleb was definitely left. LeBron.
I mean, this is going to be the proof in the pudding, if you think about it. If EPG take a quick, swift victory here, and now already the ex-Odium members looking pretty good in the tournament so far, maybe the problem wasn't... I'm not going to say what the problem was, but maybe it wasn't LeBron.
I'm not going to go there, honestly.
Yeah, because, well, you can't go there
this,
because you basically be, like, your competition to get back on EPGs is probably LeBron, right, for your past 5. You can't...
Yeah, I don't want to go back into that team. What are you talking about, dude? I wish them all the luck and happiness in their life, but I'm
dream,
not with that.
Dream team, Liz. What is it? Your dream team.
All right. My dream team is Major Atendari. Just that guy in the red shirt ×5. Sitting at the LAN, playing Dotes.
You're going to do that too, just have money in your shirt, right?
All right, so we have a Weaver, Treant, and Nature's Prophet. We have 2 trees and a bug versus 1 cow.
No.
Is this, a bull?
No.
A sweet cat lady? And
let me explain it. You're wrong about the top.
A tree daddy,
yeah,
right?
the tree daddy, his tree slave, and then a giant bug.
All right.
It's very nature-based.
Giant bug. It's not Nyx. Come on.
And then
it's big enough. It's big enough though. I won't call that giant. Maybe you think that's giant, but I wouldn't call that big. But
hey,
all right.
no size shaming. But while on the Nemiga side, we have of course got the Drow.
We have the Drow strategy finally. And honestly, Zitrax. I was just talking to the Russian casters. They are actually friends with him, and he's one of the Drow spammers. I mean, I've played versus him and with him in pubs. He actually spams Drow a lot, and his Drow is good. It really is. His Drow is good. So I don't know if EPG. I don't know. I don't think they're afraid of it, but they should definitely respect it. It doesn't matter if you're playing versus basically Nemiga is pub players, right? They aren't really popular. They aren't the biggest team out there. But still, if they are pub players and you let them their pub heroes with which they stomp in these pub games, then they might just win versus you, and you have to be careful with that.
I mean, I'd be very... Okay,
now the chosen one, Enchantress. Now I know why I remember that nickname. I was
the
honestly
spammer from your pubs, right?
Yeah, man. I was like, what is he spamming? I remember my problem is when someone spams a hero in pubs. I remember the nickname, but I can't remember the hero that he spams.
How does that work?
I don't know, because there's a bunch of them, right? And the chosen one, I knew there was some hero. It's Enchantress, and Enchantress has fallen off. Her she went from having base 19 strength, I think, to having base 13 strength, but with better attribute gain. So that means basically that in the early laning stage she is actually much weaker. However, she has Drow. So
Branya just got what he loves, got Kunkka, and look at the lineup on Nemiga. The cores so far are super squishy.
Yeah, and Kunkka with one little splash can kill both Enchantress and Drow, to be honest, if he gets there. However, you have to deal with the Enchantress first. Do you have what it takes? So Weaver versus Enchantress isn't that horrible. It can work, honestly, early on. Treant versus Enchantress is not that great as soon as she gets 2 levels in Untouchable, but early on in the laning stage she's really good. So if you put either Weaver and Treant or Weaver plus Prophet, you should have an advantage super early on, but later on you're gonna fall off, especially with the Drow aura. So
I was gonna say I prefer the Natures plus the Weaver because the harassment early on is good, and then as soon as things get a little bit worrisome, you can just teleport around the map and be active.
Yeah, that's true, and just leave that Weaver there. Yeah, and then maybe ignore the Enchantress, because she honestly can still become that powerhouse of a hero which you can't really contest. Right now we see more of Necros, but Enchantress can definitely fill that role as well.
And that's kind of the thing, is the Weaver needs to stay in the lane, because otherwise you get this game, you see it happen all the time. I've had infamous quotes come out from high-ranked players where they say, You leave the Enchantress alone for 10 minutes, you lost your tier 2.
Yeah, you lose your tier 2. She pushes a lot. However, people did learn one fact, and that is that Enchantress, if you leave her alone and she pushes that lane, if someone is just there to delay that push, she becomes useless very soon.
And that's the thing, is like, essentially no one wants to deal with it. That was why one of the big reasons Enchantress was so powerful was no one wants to have to sit there and just get the crap kicked out of them. But sometimes in life, Liz, you have to do things you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to make the hard choices.
Sometimes you have to take the pain, right? You have to accept it. Just
I don't want it.
Struggle through. You just have to struggle through,
I don't want it. I want the easy lane. I want
you want
the fun
easy
lane.
way. If you always take the easy way in life, you're not gonna do anything. That's the problem.
I've already suffered enough. I play with techies players.
That isn't suffering. That's the best thing that can happen in your life, playing with techie players. Because techies are awesome. Well, not really, but playing. If you're a techie player, that's awesome. But when you're playing with
when you're playing
players,
with the techies, that's different. Although, in fairness, Nemiga techies, maybe. Come on.
Nemiga techies? I don't think so. They're gonna go for some mid that can actually lane versus Kunkka, and Tiny has been banned, and that's the only guy that comes to my mind. Maybe a TA. She can kinda lane versus him, and she benefits from Draw Aura, perhaps a DK as well, with the Draw Aura and the pushing potential.
That's a lot of push potential, actually, with the Enchantress as well. It's going to really force EPG to be back and forth. The Kunkka wouldn't be able to kill the Dragon Knight either. That would be very good in that regard.
Oh, Enigma.
Wow. EPG, the team fight here right now.
Mitch Enigma? Is this Mitch? Is this? I mean...
I think so. This should be Nature's Prophet support.
Just hear me out. I'm asking this because he isn't playing. I can't remember him playing either Prophet or Enigma. It's just not his style. So this guy is actually improving a lot. Look at him. Look at my boy Mitch growing up, playing all these different heroes.
This is
expanding his hero pool. He's actually awesome. Awesome. I'm loving this. I'm loving this already.
This is going to be like, no. Mitch stock, price is rising by now.
Yeah,
then we discover that actually Liz owns all the Mitch stock. That's what this is right now.
No, I mean, I'm not certain which way they're going to go with this Enigma, but it should be the offlane one. The problem with I mean, usually when you have this Enigma, you want to leave her alone, at least until level 3, so that she has level 2 conversion, and then you go to help her out, because she always has the equilibrium on her Storm.
Oh.
Well, they don't have a lot of catch. They only have the X and the black hole, right? So
yeah, and you have to guess with the X, because the ball lightning is kind of that thing. Is I've talked to a lot of Kunkas, and the way they deal with storms is, and I've played it as well myself. You know, I love my Kunkka, and the thing is, when you deal with a storm, you just have to variably do the X drawback, but you can never usually do the torrent because it's predictable. You maybe fake out.
Yeah, he just balls out, right? And that's it. So lightning balls out.
And the thing is, even if you force him out lane, I don't think you're going to force him out lane until level 4-5, at which point he just goes to the jungle, and he's happy with that.
Yeah, I'm certain they don't have enough to deal with the Storm, and the Storm last pick seems good. The only question is, how good is he going to be versus Kunkka on the lane? Is he going to be able to get those crucial items that are going to allow him to actually transition into the mid game, in which he's going to be that powerhouse? Because they can rotate, as Enigma is completely able to stand alone on that lane, right? And because of that, that Storm, if he rotates to jungle, if he loses mid, might find something else but creeps in that jungle. He might find a Furion, he might find a Treant. You know, it's like...
This is sounding a little bit scary. But it's not like the Alk. It's not this case where you're 6 and you're still screwed.
That's true. That's true.
You can just ball lightning and save
Storm, once he's 6, he should be fine. Especially in this game, in which they have kind of 0 silences. They have Root, and they have a boat for a stun. Besides the Malefice and Black Hole, but that's...
Yeah, but the Black Hole is going to be the insurance policy in this type of game. When you look at the picks that they've chosen on the side of Nemiga, if you use that Black Hole all willy-nilly, they're just going to flood in and take control.
The Black Hole has to be on point here. That's definitely the truth. The problem is, Enchantress is a hero that just pressures, always kind of makes spaces in front, while Enigma is more like, all right, I'm going to get that blink, then Black Hole here and there, you know, but Enchantress is always there. Constant, slow pressure, while Enigma is more like once in a lifetime, right? Once in every 2 minutes. But I'm not certain.
It's also the fact that there is, of course, the Earthshaker involved in this game, and I mean, Earthshaker can ruin the early mid-game for the Enigma quite easily.
No, honestly, I really like Nemiga's draft here. With the draw strategy, I really dig it. I like it. I mean, EPG's draft looks good as well, but Nemiga's draft just looks a tiny bit better for me.
Just a teensy tiny bit.
Yeah, just a teensy tiny bit with that Storm last pick. They really put it out of the gutter. That Storm was unexpected, in my opinion, and pretty good pick.
Well, looks like our Obs is favoring the Radiant side here. He believes in EPG, hence why he stared so deeply into the base of EPG. I know what your game is here, Obs.
All right, so
he's trying to influence the bets. That's what he's doing, subconsciously.
Position 5 on Nature's Prophet on LeBron. And we have Mitch Enigma on the offlane already going for that Soul Ring.
DMG already took a point to the root as well.
And he has that Orb of Venom. Here they actually want to pressure this lane a lot.
I would have rather held the point and just wait for the opportunity to see. But I guess they're scouting right now, and you can already see it coming out. Nemiga, they're hiding everyone. The Enchantress up in the tree line so she does not get spotted at all.
Positioning Enchantress here versus Enigma can work. However, you don't really have a lot of kill potential in Enchantress versus Enigma, right? You're not going to be able to really do a lot to Mitch. So Mitch, Enchantress should farm, but Mitch should farm as well. Without, like, he shouldn't be really contested. So it's kind of a draw lane.
But that's kind of better for Mitch in that scenario, right? Because
it's definitely better for Mitch, as Enchantress is a lane dominating hero, right? And she wants to be on the hardest lane possible. And she wants to be winning that hardest lane possible, right? And in this case, that would be the lane versus Weaver and LeBron. And sadly for them, that's not gonna happen. They're gonna put the Enchantress versus Enigma. She's gonna lack a little bit of experience, but she should be doing quite fine.
Okay, calm down, Obs. There might be skeletons here, but this isn't quite the dead lane. And as this progresses, I expect better last hitting to come out Baranya to start with, but eventually Kodos will just go back and forth between the jungle.
Yep. Kodos should be fine as well with the spirits here, but oh, Nemiga 3. All right.
Ooh,
they don't really trust
EPG, they trust them.
I mean, all right, EPG is great,
start?
but 3, really.
Mitch? Already pretty good. Mitch taking a lot of damage, but Fishman taking even more. He might go down here. One more tap. Yep, they'll be able to get the first blood. Mitch, he secures it, can try and move away. Astral trying to punch onto him, needs to get right in front of him. The final tap should be there. 2 HP. Doesn't matter. He has to sidestep and dies, but Zitrax is down in response. LeBron on point with the move there. And Astral, he needs to back up here. He can try and harass, but with the Eidolons and the Treants, this is overwhelming for these ranged heroes.
Eidolons plus the Treants, and I like the fact that they rotated Enigma there. The question is, how much is Zitrax going to be able to do here? He is pushing in super hard right now, so Enigma should have a pretty decent lane.
Baranya not doing too bad in terms of CS already. You need to get forced to use the Salve, but this is kind of the thing. You look at it, Storm Spirit out of mana almost already. He does have 1 Mango, but he's only halfway to that ball.
He messes with that last hit. On top lane, Chosen One has 2 Fairy Fires to work with, has the sticks as well.
And we said this is a lane we expect to see, the Weaver versus the Enchantress.
Yeah.
And I like the bot lane just being this combo of creeps to attack the
Nemiga should be more satisfied with this lane than with the Enchantress versus Enigma, but I'm not certain how much draw he's going to be able to do versus Enigma plus Furion. As Furion and these Eidolons are going to dish out a lot of damage to Zitrax. He's not going to be able to really free farm.
That's the worry.
Might be problematic, yeah.
But it's harassment. There's no lockdown. They got the Malefice, sure.
Yeah,
but other than that, it's hard to get the creeps forward to attack on the Drow.
Of course, you're not going to be able to really kill her, but she's struggling. Only 3 lasted so far. That's what I'm talking about. Enigma has 6 denies, so, and the Furion is also denying.
Of course, you expect that to be a little bit inflated with, of course, the Eidolon.
With Eidolons, but I mean, it's not really inflated. You're still denying the creeps,
yeah,
right?
definitely. But I mean, like, you expect the Enigma to be doing this regardless.
Of course.
So you always know if you're matched up against that Enigma, you could get the worst trade. But at the same time, they can't TP first because instantly Mitch will just follow them. This is what we're talking about. He just used the Brain Sap, and the trade is actually much worse for Fishman instantly.
The mid lane is going really well for Kunkka as well. 16 last hits to the 9 of.
Oh, he's getting out of control, actually.
Yeah.
Like you expect Storm to do okay, but not great in a mid matchup.
And he's been doing that, right?
Exactly. But the worry is how quickly he's forced out, like, because he said he can go jungle, but it's not optimal. Chosen One. He's level 3, but taking a lot of damage. We had to heal up. Sprink.
So the changes that happened to Enchantress basically make her unable to take her second spell, which is Enchant, early on because the creep disappears before. Oh, do we have a fissure here?
No, not using the fissures yet. Swift endings there. The Gemini attack. Oh, so close. Chosen One, they needed one more tap. They weren't able to find it.
The fissure wasn't used as well, so Chosen One survives.
DNZ, he's snooping in here. Chosen One's long swing, he'll be able to get it, and there's a leech seed. Chosen One's dead.
He's got him.
The fissure won't change anything. Beautifully done.
I mean, why do you stand there if you know there's a 3 versus you? That was really, well, not really smart. That's how I'm gonna put it.
A little bit stupid.
Little bit.
No, LeBron's taking a lot of damage, but this is the other thing we said in the previous game, Nature's Prophet.
He doesn't care. He ports back and then ports back in. That's basically the name of the game for him.
And in fairness, Bane isn't a bad hero to deal with this.
And look at this. He takes region as well on mid. Straight away from Kodos.
Yep, right from under his nose. And Storm really needed that. His bottle's already been sapped down.
Just a perfect play from LeBron, actually. Goes back base, takes region, takes items, goes steals the region away.
They could kill Fishman here.
They could.
He's too far forward. The Malphite's going to come out, and it looks like he might die. He doesn't get the brain sap out, and he's down.
He's gone.
Beautifully done by LeBron. And he knew he was coming back because he just saw Storm fail to get the regen ring. Problematic issues happening early on from Nemiga here, as the CS is being fairly well dominated by the side of EPG.
Yeah, look at this. They're just focusing on denying everything away from Zitrax. He's level 3, man. Like, he can't do anything here. 15 denies and 15 last hits for Enigma. +5 from the Furion. 20 creeps denied so far. LeBron, it should be fine. Oh, well, maybe he won't be, actually.
He does get the rune. They're going to try and do the damage, but the Nightmare actually taken across by Zitrax. The Frost Arrow is there, but LeBron's still running. The Brain Sap is available, but he needs sight for it.
Why didn't he take off that?
I'm not sure. Brain Sap. No, Fishman's just out of range. Meanwhile, in the Roach Pit, Astral does get killed by Swift and LeBron. Very far. Baited him in down the Malphite. Fishman needs to move away, but there's creeps here as well. He's surrounded.
Mage is there as well.
Master baiter coming out from LeBron there.
Yeah, he was such. He masturbated him so hard there, like, and then just dances away and ports into his throne, into his fountain, heals up.
Nothing little about that play. Well, look at this already. Baranya up to level 6, and immediately Storm can't be in the lane. And you just stuck a drown this lane. This is a death waiting to happen.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't do that, honestly, because Kunkka, Baranya, when he gets that 6, he's gonna, like, he's actually 6 3/4. Like, he just needs to catch Zitrax and he's gone. That's all, right? It's not about when he gets the 6.
Yeah, pretty much. And, well, this is the thing. So this is now a dual lane, the mid lane, by the way.
All right, dual lane, mid lane. That's basically you're securing Zitrax's farm while Baranya is rotating top, and he's gonna find Shaker.
He found a haste rune, and now he's gonna find a Shaker. The boat's gonna come in, slamming into his face. The torrent hit. The Tidebringer through. The final tap will be there, and Astral is dead.
Easy kill for Kunkka.
And it took him the right amount of time to move back mid.
Yeah. I mean, the power of haste rune and the power of the fact that Nemiga, they don't have...
Torrent, Sprout, Zitrax.
They don't have a boat,
tree quick enough. You need to be careful. The Nightmare's there on to Baranya.
Yeah, they use the boat already on top lane. They could be using these treants to unsleep, so LeBron should maybe think about doing that as well in future, but overall, everything has been super fine.
I was about to say, it doesn't matter because you can get whittled down with the Tidebringer, as we just saw there. It's big clapping damage, and this is pre-10. Once Kunkka hits 10, with that 40 damage talent, your Drow can't farm anywhere.
If you're Enigma, what do you go for? He has 2,000 gold right now. Do you just go for some Crimson, or Greaves,
no, he's gone for the Helm of
Rapier? No, you don't go for Helm of Dominator versus Enchantress.
He has.
He has?
He's got it. We have this nifty thing in the bottom right, actually.
Mitch, please.
Look at that.
Mitch, please. What? Mitch, come on, bro. I mean, all right, it's fine. But honestly, doing that versus Enchantress is not fine. Like, doing that versus Enchantress and, let's say, Clinks is questionable, to say the least. Like, there are better choices.
Look at you, Mr. Positivity. It's fine, but it's not fine.
I'm trying to...
Mitch, he's got the black hole. He doesn't want to use it, though.
Kunkka is porting in. Maybe now.
Kodos, he's out of mana, but they didn't use the Malphite. Kunkka moving across. Oh, no, they better get him in the top lane. Swift ending almost done, but in the bot lane, that's where the action's happening. Storm gets caught, the boat flying in, and Kodos is dead. And, well, you do get a decent kill on Enigma, but he already bought the Helm of Dominator. He's not going to burn a lot of gold on it.
Yeah, like, he could have used the black hole there, but Bane was positioned well, so he wouldn't get caught, and he would just use that sleep to stop it. So, it's for the best that he didn't, as they did get that kill on the Storm anyway.
Ping's coming out, they know Astral's up here. They need to actually get the 6s on the Weaver and the Trin. That's when they can start doing a few things here. But so look at this, rotation coming in. Drow, is this the move you want to make? You might be able to get the courier.
Well, Drow is not going to get the courier. She's invis though. But she has the gust, so perhaps they can kill Swift with it, but it's so hard.
DNZ, he's been seen to have a sentry there. They'll run him down with the impetus, doing a lot of damage. Swift ending, you don't want to be here. The Swarm's going to go out, actually. He's feeling pretty greedy. He has got the time. The gust is there. Greed is going to be punished here. The stun control and Swift ending. Double kill for Zitrax. He's recovered. Bane in the bot lane, being chased onto. Mitch will find the kill. He's over tier 2, by the way. Kodos is here as well. He wants to be careful about it. He's going to ball line it in, but like, oh, Mitch coming straight and he catches a second. Thank you. Bonus skill's about to happen. They're going to get rid of the Kodos, and now Chosen One is going to try and chase down here, but Mitch being healed up. LeBron going to move to the tree line. They can't pursue this Sprout to cover the escape.
Really, really well played by Mitch there, and LeBron porting in. That global presence was really good. At the same time, on that, we didn't talk about that top lane. Weaver really had no reason to die. It was a little bit of a misplay going in. Being a bit too greedy when there's a Drow with Gust.
LeBron just show up. Zitrax, don't worry, they can TP out.
Yeah, they don't have level 6 on DNZ yet, so after they get that level 6, and after he's not silenced, he's going to be able to stop the ports.
Preview of things to come.
Exactly. A small preview.
Branya's almost got level 10, by the way, and he's not too far off the armor. He's farming really well. 4,500 net worth compared to Storm, not even 3k yet.
There's a little burp here following Fishman.
Nightmare dodged out the torrent. It's going to be there, the boat. Cool guys don't look at explosions.
Mitch
is pretty deep, it doesn't matter. Living armor, he'll just TP out. The Gust doesn't stop that, of course. Oh, no, Vincere!
Just blocks Chosen.
Astral, so close.
Chosen One, I choose you to be blocked next to the cliff. You're not going to move away. Bounties, anyone?
EPG don't care about that. They're choosing to push the tier 1 top. They want to actually take control here.
Really? Like
you lane against an Enchantress and you take her tier 1. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just normal things.
It's not really normal, indeed.
Kodos.
Baranya on Kodos.
Baranya's there. Kodos, how are you going to time this? He's trying to bait him out, actually. There's your drawback. Kodos, it's a level 1 ball line in Torrent. Baranya! Beautifully done! He has no mana left to work with, trapped in the Sprout. The Nightmare's not going to make a difference. LeBron, he stands his ground, and Kodos is going to fall. Baranya! You goddamn genie! He's going to bring back an extra kill. The X is there, the Sprout to cut him off, and Fishman, he'll die under his tier 3.
Baranya really played that really, really well. And look at that cinematic. That's the outro. That's what
he earned that hat. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Well played, yeah. I mean, even the Fishman is
you have to acknowledge it.
Of course, that was a really good play. So overall, there's a problem with Enchantress drafts in which if you haven't really dominated the laning stage, you fall off so quickly. And that's actually what's happening right here. Mitch should be fine.
Kodos is struggling to find any relevance. He can't really afford to farm because EPG, they ramped up the pressure. With the Nature's Prophet and Enigma, they have so much pushback.
Yeah, that helm of the dominant. Look at this. He baits it first. Kodos knows it's a bait, but Baranya still plants it.
Is that all right? I know where you're going to end up. People are dying, but we don't care. We are witnessing magnificent moves coming out from Baranya here.
He's just such a talented player, honestly. That was really good. Really good prediction play.
It's only no shake of dime. We don't care about him. It's a little bit of change.
It was better to watch that replay, let's be honest.
Let's be totally honest, it was. Oh, now they're going to knock on the door again. They do not need to let up. Nemiga do not have an answer because Earthshaker is still not even level 6.
Yeah, they don't have the items or the levels, and that's the problem. The Chosen One with his
Zitrax. Gus goes out, but he is long dead. Swift End will just run him down, and it will be a swift ending for the Drow. Mitch getting low, living armor on him. That's going to make it a little bit longer. Now, going to go for Brain Tap. Final Tap is there, and LeBron TPing in. Sprout, this is pretty bold. He wants some reinforcements. Brand new moving across. He needs the X opportunity. Torrent, Fishman. Oh, he dodges out with the Nightmare. Beautifully done.
Really nice. Fishman actually played that really well because he only caught the glimpse of Concadir. He wasn't really in vision for long. This ward saw him a little bit, but that's it.
Is it me? Do you feel the same way about it? I'd actually like to see Mitch pick up a 4-staff.
A 4-staff?
He lives so long, and it's always so close. And 4-staff would allow him to get out. And if they chase any deeper, Nemiga always gets punished.
Yeah, in that situation, right there, 4-staff would have been great. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but I would rather have him something like a Blink Dagger, perhaps, so that he can actually position himself at any time for that Black Hole, right?
I'm kind of feeling like from the angle of the gold lead, though, to protect that lead, you get more out of the 4-staff, because it's not just for you, it's for everyone, right?
maybe he won't even go for any sort of mobility. Maybe he'll just go for
push,
something like full push, like Vladimir or Crimson or something.
I would like a Crimson. Trent's already heading towards Media Hammer. He did go for the phase boost, by the way.
Yeah, Crimson versus Drow is so good. So actually, they're already
They're
here.
knocking on the door.
They're already
Did
pushing.
not take long.
DNZ, they pink him out. This ward should be devoured instantly.
Fissure to slow things down. They can get the tower quick enough. Maybe they'll do. Sprout's going to be there. Torrent will miss as a result of that. They're continuing their work. Chosen one down to half HP. Yeah. The X is going to be there. He's healing up Natus 10. They do have the boat coming in though. Fly by, goodbye. Chosen one. Nice nightmare dodge though. Fishman on point. They're still going with this tower though. And the thing is, Nemiga can't do anything else on the map. Drow's pushing, but
you can't stop this push either though. That ward isn't being devoured either, so they have vision of Shaker and everyone. And Zitrax was doing the right thing, split pushing bottom, but he has to go back as well.
Nice deny actually coming out from Chantress there at least.
That's kind of good. Can they? Are they gonna?
They're gonna keep going.
I don't think what.
Baranya just X someone back, so Nature's Prophet is coming back with.
There's nothing to stop them. Like
you got the Echo, but how does he get close? This is an open area to go across. Swift ending here by Nightmare, but X on the Fishman. Torrent drawback. Be there with a Midnight Pulse doing decent damage as well.
This is Mitch's catapult, by the way, that's hacking on this tower.
Oh, Fiend's Grip coming out, but what do you do with this, Mitch? Hit up by the Gust in the move on him. There it is, the Overgrowth coming out. DNZ with the moves, but Mitch is going to go down still. They're going to like to turn around. Astral looking for the Echo Slam. The X control is good. They'll find the Trina as well. Torrent drawback, hitting onto the FJK. He can't do anything. The boat flies in and he's dead. They do get LeBron low, but they can't find more. And Chosen One's pretty far at the base. They'll have the X available in a few seconds.
To kill. He's very hard to kill. And honestly, Nemiga, they played that really well. They lost only the range drags. It is early on, it's minute 14. That's true, but overall, they held. They killed the Enigma and the tree, and they actually identified the targets that they can kill. They used the grip on that Weaver, which forced the Enigma to go a bit out of position, which forced Mitch to try and Malefice the Bane, and because of that, Storm jumps on Enigma, she instantly evaporates, they delete Mitch. After that, that fissure was also really good. Separated the fight in two.
And people will be going, oh, what an idiot, this Earthshaker, what was that move? But Horse, hold on, whoopsie daisy, Kodos found again.
It's so hard for them to kill him. And
not like that, it's not.
I mean, it's hard. And that's what's making,
hard.
Yeah, it should be. And that's what's making these moves like even better.
It's demoralizing though. And I was going to say, like, just to highlight back on that previous fight, because it's important to say this. I want to back him up on this. Astral, people going, lol, what was that Earthshaker doing? What's Mitch doing? Dying again. Right, can you just pause, guys? Stop dying. No, Astral, I was about to praise you, but I can't for this. Baranya walks into the base. Stun control's good. Shaker's going to use the Echo Slam as well, but this is a very tanky Kunkka with the boat buff as well. He's not too concerned. Trying to slow him down. The Gust is going to come out. They need to move out of this quickly. Baranya, this will be the big kill. Can they get it? The control's there with the Vortex. The Glimmer came to protect. But no, he's going to use the armlet. He's going to keep toggling. It'll be fine. The vision control, they'll get him. That's the big kill they're looking for. 40 seconds dead on the sideline. LeBron's going to be ran down. The Overgrowth coming out for nothing. DNZ, he needs to now get the hell out of Dodge.
EPG is playing this a little bit recklessly, to be honest, right now.
They're rushing for no reason.
Yeah, they're just... They're just classic Serbians that I played with 1 year ago, honestly. Like, why are you going high ground? You're Mitch, you're Enigma, you're offlaner that's carrying half of your team's net worth, third of your team's net worth has just died somewhere else. Just go back, chill a bit out, chill out a bit, then go again. Like, you don't have to rush in. You don't need that Shaker kill so much. But overall, I'm kidding. They're just feeling really strong because they are in the lead. But they can still lose this. They can't really make too many of those mistakes, actually.
And that's the thing, is to highlight, this isn't one mistake. This is a mistake again and again.
Yeah, it happened a few times now.
Doing so much right. I hate to be grilling on him here, but Mitch, being caught out like this every time.
Nah, I don't. Like, he got caught, and that's it. There's a Shadow Blade on Drow. That's all that happened. Come on. That's it.
But I mean, before that, we've been, like, the way they've been playing, they're allowing Mitch to just be alone pushing. I think it's not popular right now, but deathballing is the answer. Now, though, with the Earthshaker starting to farm up a bit,
yeah,
your deathball opportunity's going.
He's actually getting closer to that blink as well on Shaker. He only needs like 400 more gold, and once he gets that, it's going to be much harder to use that black hole properly. Especially as, I don't know, I think Mitch does not have the blink yet. I'm not certain. And going for those, yeah, he has some Dominator and Power Chest. He's moving towards, DNZ.
Yeah,
he's moving towards his death.
Moving towards the Drow for no apparent reason other than dead. But yeah, Astral's super close to this blink now.
Yeah, just another creep wave, which he sadly isn't going to find here, but perhaps these two creep camps are going to allow him to get that blink.
I mean, it's going to be at 320.
yeah, after that you can't really push, like your timing is off. So basically, instead of finishing this game super early on, or at least that lane on mid super early on, they try to fight 4 versus 5, and now they, I mean, there's a problem. Nemiga has their items. They have what they need to have to actually win these fights.
I think the shrines might help a little bit. And actually, one thing really going well for EPG is you look at the lineup, they can take Roche well. The only concern is with that blink now available with the Earthshaker. Yeah. The way you take Roche involves a lot of things being in the pit clustered up.
The Eidolons, the trees. I mean, still, you don't really... you can go Roche, but I think you need a pick off because you're playing versus a Shaker and a Storm. They can always kind of go in, and Enchantress can also enchant a creep and send it to Scout, so it's not really easy to take that. However, taking this Shrine is definitely the step in the right direction, because after taking the Shrine, it becomes so much easier to take the Roche, as they lose the only checkpoint that they have that's actually close to the Roche, the only place where they could port to if they died and bought back.
So, recovery continues. Kodos, interesting choice to go for the Bloodstone.
Bloodstone, yeah.
Despite the way he's been dying, but they are making a recovery.
But look at it this way. He has been dying because they've been playing out of their mind, and they've been really catching him out in ways in which they definitely shouldn't have been able to, right? Like that X into Torrent prediction.
Gus is going to come out, the Dust as well. Can he break line of sight? That's the question. He throws out Dust himself, but it won't make a difference, or will it? The X is there. Chosen One going to be drawn back. The Torrent as well. The boat flying in. Chosen One should be able to slap through the damage. No, he cleared the creep, so it won't matter. Swift ending. Make sure it is a swift kill. Towards the end, at least.
Well, yeah. Enchantress is very rarely a swift kill.
That was pretty swift by Enchantress standards.
However, yeah, definitely. However, Weaver, once he gets a few items, once he gets this Maelstrom, he definitely starts hitting her really hard and fast, as he is one of those heroes that has a really nice base attack animation and attack speed, especially with the Gemnet attack.
And it looks like EPG, they're starting to recover what they were doing wrong, shall we say. I say recover, they're still ahead, but you get my point. They had a huge lead, they kind of start to throw it away, but now they're starting to move together. They're trying to look for objectives.
They're actually... I completely agree with what you're saying. Basically, what you're saying is that they're starting to play Dota again. They're not clowning around. They're not trying some flashy plays. They're not trying to go kill a Shaker on high ground as 2 or anything like that. They're actually playing properly again, and that's true. So they're taking objectives, shrines, perhaps Roche, maybe one more pick off. That's it.
Maybe they could actually, I'm trying to think wave clear here. They could go for a retracted push again. The problem is there's enough damage for Nemiga to clear all the creeps now.
Yeah, there's enough to clear the creeps, and there's enough, like they have everything they need to have a decent fight as well.
I'd actually like to see them stick LeBron on the bot lane, pressuring, and then go for the Roche bit.
They could do that, definitely. That would be a very good strategic move, as someone would always have to deal with LeBron, and while they're dealing with LeBron, you could be in the pit. They might not do that because LeBron has a medallion, and that medallion definitely helps with the pit, if they even choose to go for the Roshan, but it seems they won't. Not
no,
for now,
they are reluctant. It's understandable with the Earthshaker, we said the reasons why, but there's going to be a point where you realize you need it.
Yeah, instead they're just smoked up here. That ward is going to be instantly spotted and devoured, yeah.
Yeah, no deny coming out for LeBron. Poor guy will give over the ward.
Top lane.
Kodos keeps pushing.
Kunkai's porting.
Yeah, but he can't see him. He can go for the blind torrent opportunity to get vision. Oh, Kodos. No, he didn't get across for the X in time.
The problem that they've got is with these split pushes, if you're split pushing versus Treant and you don't take the tower, he just heals the tower back up. And yeah, you can see that right there. The little fairies jumping around the tower, healing it back to life.
Beautifully said. And DNZ, he's still heading for that Meteor Hammer. It's been a slow Meteor Hammer, though, given how the last 5 minutes of transition.
Yeah, given how the game started, like you expected it a bit faster, but he did go for those phase boots.
Oh, they're going Roche. The smoke comes out. The trees on the high ground, and that'll make it obvious what they're up to here. Astro looking for the move. Blinking Echo, there it is. But Brian, so damn tanky. The Midnight Pole's going to be out. The Fiend's grip there as well to drop the Kunkka. But Mitch, he'll go in the black hole.
The black
Connect
hole.
on the free. Gust interrupts the boat flying through. Fishman should fall here, but now Kodos getting involved. DNZ pretty tanky. Can't go from Baranya. Also being pretty tanky with the boat buff on him. Swift Ending's going to move away. Taking a lot of damage, but he should be fine. Fishman, is he going to be fine? No, he's not. The Wrath of Nature connects, and Kodos, they're going to ping on him.
He has so much mana.
Can they get there? They need to actually get in range for the X here.
I think they go for Roche now. You got
rid of the Echo Slam threat and you killed 2 heroes. It's worth going now. X trying to control off here. Mitch needs to be careful. He's been left alone. His team just ditched him. Kodos trying for this kill. The Glimmer Cape plus the Living Arm's going to keep him alive. Kodos running out, man, needs to be careful. The Gus coming through, connecting on the two. Piranha, though, taking a lot of damage. Going to arm up to try and tank this, but Midnight Pulse is there. They don't care, though. They're going to go for this. Piranha with the arm that toggles is good. Can he keep it up? No, he can't. Double kill for Kodos. And the hunt is on. Zitrax still got the Swarm on him. Gemini attack. One more tap will do it. Swift ending. They're the Gus, but he hasn't got rid of the Swarm.
The bug is going to kill him.
Yep. He's going to tick out at this rate. The Fissure. No, it's going to cover him. The move in. LeBron going pretty deep, but Astral just stuns and moves away. They keep the Drow alive here. And Fishman arriving now. Nightmare's going to be under Mitch, but guess what? Astral soloed out, left alone in the tree land.
Chosen One is there, but he has very little mana to work with, and because of that, LeBron might even... Nah, he should fall, yeah.
No, living armor. It's not going to be enough. He could tear on the Sprout. He might live. LeBron, final tap, is still not dead.
Storm
the
is
ball
there.
Lining through, though. They'll get him.
I mean, this is even better because they get the Bloodstone charge. And
DNC is under a sentry. They're going to run onto him as well. He's just going to disappear.
Honestly, Nemiga, they're back. They're back. They aren't finding the right kills. The black hole was interrupted instantly, and they aren't finding the right kills on the side of EPG. Yeah, they killed the Shaker, but he already used the Echo. He already did everything. The Treant actually died back in that whole thing. That whole huge long
EPG might try and interrupt, though. They do have the boat to work with, but can they time it right? Swift ending, sending in the Swarm. He'll see what's up.
They see him, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, they can't stop this. Mitch trying to make a move here, no black hole to work with. Gus won't connect as he blinks away, and they get that Aegis onto Kodos. Yeah. One of the most threatening heroes to give an Aegis to.
This is what happens when you become a little bit reckless. Suddenly you're playing versus a Storm with 18 Bloodstone charges and Aegis, and you're in a really rough position because you have to itemize against him somehow. Oh, Swift.
Swift ending. Needs to be careful with Gus. Mistakes made. Fiend's Grip committed to ensure the death. That's a lot of gold given over. Kodos got 700 gold from that kill.
Yeah, that's a 6 kill streak and the bounty rune taken away from him. I think he just could have used the Sukuchi a bit later, but they had vision on him, so it was irrelevant.
Mistake after mistake after mistake coming out from EPG, and now the gold lead swings in favor of Nemiga.
Yeah, and this Kunkka, like we had this discussion, right? There's like this place in the game in which it feels like he just isn't doing enough, right? He has the torrent, he has the boat, but if you push through the laning stage, and that's like 3-4 minutes after the laning stage in which he's really good with catching people out, he buys that halberd armlet, and then suddenly it doesn't really feel like he's doing a whole lot. Like he's in that stage in which he's yet to achieve his power spike. Like he needs to get there.
And he has itemized correctly. I like the Heaven's Halberd here.
Of course, yeah.
Because if he'd gone for the Daedalus Rush and that spike happened where it turned around on them, this would have been disastrous. So
still though, Enchantress has her pike going for that Aghanim's. Aghanim's in this game, oh, it can work. It can be good. Keeping the distance from the Enigma, not really my favorite item to be honest, but
I feel like the only thing to really highlight here for EPG is if they've drafted away and that they either need to finish fast or they need the big ults to definitely land. Because you think about it, you got the Kunkka, you got the Weaver. You haven't got like this Faceless Void or the Spectre or this Terrorblade that's just going to carry your team on its back. Like,
yeah, you need the big ultimates to actually land, but for that you need BKBs. You need a BKB on that Enigma. Without the BKB on her, it's very unlikely that he's going to have a good ult. But the problem is, if Bane saves the grip, even with that BKB, it might be problematic. So they have ways of dealing with Black Hole in any case.
That's smoke movement. Look at this. Nemiga feeling so emboldened after the last few fights. Might run into Swift ending. He's going to look to move away. Things come out though. And it was about. They can't get close enough.
He's going to get out, it seems. He's still sticking around because he's
Tracy as well.
Yeah, he's basically trying to break that smoke on the high ground, and he continues farming, but they see him now.
Things come out, the ball line it forward. Swift ending to try and move away. The dust reveal, they see him. They need to time that spot, but he can't. The Orca's there. Nice use the overgrowth though. Coverage comes out from DNZ, and they don't know where he is.
Yeah, that's really good positioning by DNZ, saving the Swift there. Also though, Swift was positioned really well there on the high ground, but then he greeded out a little bit and went for the farm. Oh man. So far, the game is intense. I expected EPG to have a much easier game considering the way it started, but with a few mistakes, anything can happen. It's Dots.
That's the thing. The further ahead you are, the more you pay on a mistake, and we're starting to see that. LeBron keeping that bot lane pushed in as we would have liked to have seen a lot earlier. but he might be punished soon.
Yeah, Zitrax is on to him. He knows. Oh,
Glimmer
this is
Cape,
good.
TP out. He's
This
not
is good.
stupid.
Yeah, Glimmer plus TP out instead of the teleport. So that's really good because if Drow sees him, she can just gust interrupt it. So
They do ping about the ward though. Zed and ward coverage there. Ryan moving in. Just trying to slow down this push because they do still have the tier 1. And we said Livnarm is huge. Speaking of Livnarm man himself, he gets found.
Kodos with 20 charges now on that Bloodstone. This is one
but
awesome Storm Spirit.
His Aegis is running out.
1 more minute to work with it. Probably take down tier 1 mid. That could be a... There's a BKB on Swift, which is good. They need a BKB on Enigma anyway.
Ranya's almost got BKB. The boat committed just to make sure this lane stays pushed out there, not giving out that tier 1. Zitrax in the bot lane, trying to make a move on LeBron, but he doesn't have detection.
So the problem is you're building into these BKBs, which are very defensive, and at the same time, Nemiga is going full aggressive mode. They're going into the Aghanims on Enchantress. I think it's Mantown Drow. He already has his Pike and... yeah, she's gonna hit so hard. Look at that. Pike Shadowblade. Like this Drow actually right now hits over 300.
Yeah.
And plus she's giving damage.
The logic is, we got Fiend's Grip to stop a black hole. Worst case scenario, we'll just right-click you to death.
Look at that.
Oh,
Actually, Zitrax might
here
have
the X is there. Zitrax might be in a little bit of trouble. 4 stuff away. The Torrent does still connect. The Nightmare won't cover him. Fishman, he's going to go down. BKB out from Swift and chase the corner. Zitrax. He has no way out. The Sprout to control him up. Kodos trying to interrupt. LeBron silenced up, but it won't matter. Zitrax being ran down. Swift and he'll finish off the kill.
Get him.
And Kodos, he should be able to escape. He gets a kill on the post 5 Nature's Prophet, but you give over your draft.
Chosen one.
X is going to connect. They're going to drag him back. The boat's already coming in. I hope you like ships. Torrent to follow up. Chosen one moves too fast though. Blink away from Earthshaker and Ty.
Okay, the Chosen One will survive, but they did lose a lot of their heroes there. The Drow and the Bane. And honestly, I had the feeling that none of those heroes should have died if they played it properly. If they used if Shaker was there on time to Fissure block, if the sleep was used on the enemy hero and not on the Drow.
At top, Storm strikes again. Swift ending. He's got enough health to live though. It should be fine here. Time lapse back if he wants to.
Kodos
but
actually has no
stand his
mana.
ground. Kodos low on mana. Enough to move away though.
Yeah, 21 charges and the gem. I mean, he could have actually continued that pursuit, but he was a little bit too afraid because of that minus mana.
Well, he has to be careful because that's the thing. You remember you look at the
mana
fight in the
break
bot
is
lane.
hard, yeah.
If Nemiga loses Storm, then the high ground push continues.
He has 20 Bloodstone charges. Like, he's instantly up, almost instantly. So,
but it's still, it's kind of like if you had to go, oh, but you got buyback. Yeah, you don't want to use it though, right? It's like a secondary buyback for him.
I think I understand what you're saying. Basically, what you're saying is you don't want to die, right?
I hear that's usually the way people feel about the game.
Okay. I'm gonna have to tell that to all my feeders.
That's kind of the thing with Dota, though, is teams tend to... It's kind of changed, I think, the last month or two as teams realize the big plays are sometimes worth it, but teams, in general, compared to a few years back, are a lot more defensive.
Yeah, everyone is a lot more defensive because they know, whoa, BKB
BKB been used, though, and he's going to be X back in a way. He's fine.
All right, this is, yeah, I mean, they forced the BKB. I think they should be satisfied. At the same time, they did use the grip. So because of that, perhaps EPG can smoke up. They have that black hole, and there's nothing to stop it right now. Plus the DD on Baranya.
They're going to go hunt.
There we go.
That's the thing. You forced the BKB, but that could have been much better for them because if the Storm hadn't jumped too soon, then Baranya never gets the BKB off. He probably dies. As a result,
they see Zitrax. But they don't see anyone else. That's the only hero they see.
They're committed, though. They got the DD. They want this damn kill.
Torrent
Torrent thrown out, but on the back foot, Mitch forced to use his BKB here. No target for him. The Gust coming out the weave as well. He can't go hunt. Link 4.
He goes mid lane. Fishman, but
Fishman's not worth it. Not for a black hole.
Is he gonna feed 200? Yeah, 200 goes the way of Fishman.
Zitrax hunting now. Brandy's been seen. Going to slow him down. So much damage out of this round. Torrent, the boat coming in defensively. Kodos on the back foot. Looking for the kill on the Mitch, but he's protected for the time being. The black hole. Is he going to throw it out? No, he doesn't get it. Chosen one. Standing his ground, but the BKB from Swift End means he'll run it through. And now finally, Baranya, he might die. They get him. But Swift End getting low. The time out to move away quickly here. The Nightmare's going to be on top of him. Now the dust reveal. He has no escape from this. Silenced up. He is going to fall as well.
Yeah,
this is going disastrously for EPG.
I mean, that BKB usage from Mitch there just cost them this whole fight. I mean, Kodos really jumped well there, found Mitch, and because of that, Mitch was forced to use the BKB. With that BKB, he has no chances of... After that BKB is used, he has no chances of using the black hole, and
this is getting out of control.
This is getting out of
25
control, yeah.
Bloodstone charges for Kodos now.
I heard that Kodos is like only 17 or something. Really talented, it seems. Good, nice player.
He is kicking a lot of ass right now, and so is Zitrax, hitting towers like a boss. Almost 400 damage on this drow now.
The drow, I've heard stories of Zitrax drow. I've seen it in action in pubs, and
he is a scary,
giving
scary
it
individual.
to him, yeah, it is a problem.
And it's like the other thing we didn't highlight too much is just how hard the storm hits LeBron.
Goodbye, LeBron.
He's on a coffee break right now, just waiting for the disconnect to kick in a few seconds. If it doesn't, there's more questions to be asked than I realized.
He was watching the bottom lane, I suppose, preparing the port, contemplating the port.
He was just checking to see if Lil's got any more stories to tell today.
Checking his Twitter.
Yeah, just going through where is it, I know it's going to be here in a moment. I'm waiting for the response. The response came in-game instead, and this is looking pretty rough. Now the lead's starting to build for Nemiga, but more to the point where the gold is crucial here. Both Drow and Storm with a hefty gold lead over anyone from EPG.
Both the Storm and the Drow, and I mean, we can't really neglect the fact that this Enchantress hits super hard as well. We have another smoke upcoming though. They need to initiate first, they need to find the proper fight. They are actually thinking that Nemiga are in the pit, but that's not it. That's not where they are. They're actually playing it smart, sticking to their high ground, sticking to their high ground advantage where Enigma cannot just see them and BKB black hole them. Overall, right now, the problem is even if you black hole with the BKB, if you aren't careful, that draw can blow the Enigma up in a matter of seconds. Their timings are...
I mean, Living Armor buys you a little bit of time, but yes, they hit so hard at this point, it's not going to be different.
Another creep. This one is from the Enchantress. Going to check Rush. And
oh, hello, Mr. Hellbat. That's a romance I can't approve of. That would end pretty poorly for the creep. But look at us right now. This is the stage where one Roche could decide it all. One big-ass team fight, one great black hole, one good Echo Slam could send the other team crying.
Or one Echo, or the Storm just zipping in. The problem is, for EPG is, look at the smoke.
They're going aggressive. They had enough DNZ here, though. The Overgrove, he holds on to it. No, can't the back line. Look at him, Mitch. He's low on HP already. He's going to try for the black hole, but he won't get a chance to use it. The fish is down. Astral buying a lot of time here and trapping in Baranya. The X is going to be there. Swift End and chase it forward. The drawback, they'll get the kill. Swift End with the time lapse. Kodos cutting the back line, looking for DNZ. Doing a lot of damage, starting up. He can't respond. The cast is huge here. Baranya forced to do the BKB, and now, can he get on top of the Citrax? Yes, he can. Look for the cleave, but no. The sidestep, they won't be able to get the kill in the Storm. They will at least get the Drow. Chasing forward, the buyback was there on the Earthshake. He needs to be quick with this. Torrent does connect onto the Enchantress. Nightmare to cover the escape. Astral looking for the opportunity with the Fidget, just making sure they can't chase any further. That should have been 10 times worse. Mitch, he wants his black hole opportunity. He's going to throw it out, not for a measly Enchantress. The Midnight Pulse will get a low. Is it going to be enough to tick her out? No.
Nope.
She'll move away quick enough with the phase boots.
Storm is going to heal up, and he will be able to join these fights again, so they have to be careful.
But they're still got the black hole, and this is important. There's a reason they held on to that, because they're going for the Roche.
With that black hole, they might be able to take this Roshan, but they have to be careful. Storm is full HP, full mana. He might just zip in and try and steal that.
He definitely give his life buff.
We can't really see if he's trying to do it or not, but we are.
No, he's going to be too late. They're moving already, but it's too late. It goes to the bull lightning in, but, well, he needs to get out now. Luckily for him, he has a lot of mana.
I think Mitch had a small opportunity there to jump him in black hole. Split second one though. It's very hard because we do see the Storm, but they don't see him zipping in. So.
But I think the huge deal that happened in that big fight around mid is the fact that Nemiga went for Mitch so hard, they forgot their Drow was squishy.
Yep. I mean, overall, Drow is alive, and it's gonna be hard for EPG to push again. So, it's not really the end of the world. Storm slowly getting to his level 25.
He's almost there, and that's a big deal here. The ability to push in is going to be very hard for EPG once that's up.
Enigma does not have the level 20 either yet.
Look at this right now. I mean, Swift Ending almost has 25 as well.
With those Eidolon damage,
Maybe you can go for towers. Like,
yeah, you can go for towers, definitely.
Buranya. Fiend's Grip's going to come out. The Impetus as well, doing a lot of work, but the Limnama just might gain a lot.
Yeah,
They're going to move in. Swift Dennis here now. He needs either cheese. No, the Echo control. Mitch jumping in the BKB. There's the black hole coming through, but the side Chosen One just right-clicking away. They're going to look for it. They're going to kill the Bane. The buyback's down on Kuka. He needs to get it quick. Swift Dennis with the timeouts back, but he hasn't got much HP to work with. The BKB's going to run out. He needs to move away. He's so low, but no, the Yu's going to be there, and he's going to full Kodos. He'll live. Eggs expended. Can they get him twice, though? Baranya's almost there. Torrent hits onto the storm. No! Kodos going to move away with the ball line just in time. The Sansa's there, trying to move away. The Shikuchi's not going to last long enough. And now the control. Swift ended down. And Baranya BKB'd up, but all alone. He has no one to help him. He needs to get the hell out of here. The BKB's ran out, and now he's going to fall as well. Baranya, no!
That's a dieback.
There's a dieback, 110 seconds of silence. Look at this smug little git. Storm Spirit, 34 Bloodstone charges.
Yeah, this is looking rough. This is looking really rough for EPG right now, as they could just go straight down mid and take one side. They do not have the creeps, but they should just heal up and go. Drow pushes so hard, so fast.
And they have no black hole. That's the other big deal.
No black hole, no big spells, BKB is used, no buyback on Kunkka, which is the most important aspect of that defense, as they do not have the X spam, right? If with Kunkka you could use the X to go in, to hit the creeps, cleave, go back.
And the other thing is, when they engaged around where the shrine used to be, Swift then used his time-lapse very early, even though he had the Aegis. If he saved that time-lapse and dies, buys back, gets back in.
I saw that as well. He had the Aegis as well, so he could have saved the time-lapse. And Enigma as well, when he blinked in, used the Midnight Pulse, he could have caught 3 if he instantly black-holed, but he hesitated a little bit. Also, the reaction time for the save on Buranya was off point. Buranya did not have to die there. Like, they have enough spells to save him, but they were just like running around trying to get enough info before jumping in, instead of instantly jumping in and saving him.
Mistake after mistake after mistake, and now this happens. They're getting ready to get your base. The living armor will buy you a few seconds, but when the glyph goes down, Zitrax hits far too hard.
Yeah, this Drow just melts towers. Look at that. She has a butterfly now as well, and
they don't want to leave.
These Raxes are gonna disappear.
You might lose 2 lanes. It depends how confident they're feeling. The black hole's still on cooldown.
Well, Kunkka is up in 5 seconds, so I think you are satisfied with this. If you are Nemiga, you take the shrines now, you take the bounties, you don't push your luck. Like, so far they've done everything right, they should keep on doing that. Now there's Aghanim's on Storm Spirit actually, and a level 25 with these spirits following him around wherever he goes.
Yeah, this is worrying. Of course, sometimes you don't see people pick this up, but there's no Lincolns really coming out from EPG, so you can go ahead and get that Ags. You don't need the extra form of pop, so you can use the Orchid. This is very, very worrying right now.
Yeah, they haven't really itemized to catch the Storm either. They don't have a Hex, do they? The Furion does not have it.
That's really worrying.
Pretty certain.
Because he's the biggest concern right now with that 34 Bloodstone charges. All right, there you go. He does have the Hex, but LeBron disappears very quickly. He can't be the first one in, which means who are you dangling? Baranya? Baranya seems like the perfect choice if you can get the bow out. He's your tankiest one.
Bottom lane, LeBron, speaking of him.
No, he's going to keep you safe.
Yeah, so the Storm is 6-slotted, but he can't carry the gem anymore. And because of that, he can't really make these pickoffs on Weaver and LeBron's Furion. So in one way, having him 6-slotted is good for EPG.
He doesn't need a TP. Come on, he doesn't need a TP. He regens up so fast, he never has to worry. Come on.
Chosen One also with the MKB now. Like, this is one hard-hitting Enchantress.
We saw it in the previous fight. Enigma was only being hit by the Enchantress, and
she
he
still
didn't last
disappears,
long.
yeah.
And even these Drow Legends, look at the work they do on buildings. And this is just a preview to what's going to happen to your base at this rate. Jump in, Chosen One. There it is. Mitch moving in. No, the Fiend's Group coming out, but it doesn't matter. They already got Chosen One. They move forward. The Hex is going to be there, and it looks like they're going to lose the Bane as well. The buyback out.
They need to back off now. EPG needs to back off.
Yeah,
they don't have blacking bars. They made Chosen One. Oh, Baranya, you're a bit too greedy again.
Oh no, Baranya caught out. The Sansa's going to be there. He's going to use the BKB down half HP already. Look on the back foot. Good control coming out to Vortex. Kodos going to be away. Echo! It's big! LeBron is gone. The stun control is beautiful and swift ending. Has to use the time lapse, but now he's blown everything. The Gus is good. Can they follow up the damage is the question. They're going to look at me, wait TNC with the overgrowth looking beautiful. Sprout control. Earthshaker's going to go down. Astral has no escape and no buyback. Can they make anything happen with this though? They still have the black hole.
They still have the black hole indeed. They don't have the gem, but there aren't many things that can break it anymore.
This might be a dieback. The boat's coming in. The meteor hammers there. No! They find him! They're popping down. Kodos trying to get involved. The Gus is big!
Gus is on everyone.
But how do they do the damage here? Kodos is not hitting hard enough. Enigma getting low, but not low enough. He'll be fine.
He still has that black hole. And
This
they
is
see
huge.
the draw. They
If
know
he
where
can
he
find Drow,
is. They use the scam, but they ported in the wrong direction. Swift can follow up, but
no, they need to go deal with the waves. Look at the out lanes. Both sides being pushed in hard here.
yeah, this is also the problem when playing versus level 25 Storm, because like it's gonna become very hard for them to push, as he's just gonna deal with creeps easily unless you have catapult. So you have to wait for the catapult lane before you push.
And it seems like something small, but you gotta give credit to Zitrax there. He hit the precision aura, which meant those catapults plus range creeps, they had to go back.
Of course, he actually made them go back with that aura.
And that's the thing. It's like, that's something small. Who cares? But when you're running away like that, most people don't give that a second thought.
Honestly, EPG played everything there very well. Even the Kunkka, when he went for that Arcane Rune, he had a BKB, so he wasn't in any danger. I was worried for them, and that Echo was on point, but the follow-up was not there.
I mean, they're so damn tanky as well. This is the problem. We said about Drow doing so much damage, but they've got a decent amount of armor on these heroes. They're getting pretty tanky themselves. Living armor as well. It's hard to burn through anyone anymore.
I mean, you have the pure damage on Enchantress, you have the Drow hitting hard, you can burn through them, but you have to play properly.
And that's why they went for her first.
And that last fight, they weren't really doing that. They were moving uphill. The worst part for Drow and Enchantress, I think, is to force them into a fight in which they are on the low ground, because you have the mischance as well, you have the fog, and you want to be... You have 2 pikes, and you have heroes with natural range. You want to stay really far. So if they're on high ground, it's very easy to lose them.
And that's the thing. I think you said it right. The pure damage on the Enchantress, she can't be the frontliner anymore. We've seen what happens. I'd go as far to say I'd rather see the Drow there. Obviously, I'd rather not see Eva. I'd rather see this Earthshaker create enough space.
Yeah, Earthshaker and Storm, actually. Storm has to be the frontliner, the frontliner that actually creates chaos. He shouldn't be the one that creates big coughs. He should be the one that just goes in, makes them use spells, just make a lot of mess so that everyone else can follow up.
But this is the thing. When you're a Storm with this many Bloodstone charges, you don't want to risk it anymore. You're like, no, that's not worth doing.
Yeah, but I mean, exactly at the same time, with all those Bloodstone charges, you respawn so fast that
you can do it.
You can, yeah.
I think it's like, he's overthinking the investment maybe, because I've seen the moves the last few fights. He'll jump forward sometimes, but it's never at the crucial moments.
Yep. He's still waiting. He's still playing the same way he played like 15-20 minutes ago, in which he was the cleanup crew, right? Yeah. You can't be the cleanup crew forever. You have to, be the one in front at some point. You have to actually utilize all that farm that your team has given to you.
And the thing is, they're putting so much emphasis on Mitch right now, and it's understandable why. It's an Enigma. Your late game, Black Hole can change everything. But with the Overgrowth being there as well, that's a huge threat. The boat is doing so much work in these fights.
The Overgrowth, if it connects with Storm, and then if Treant is close enough to connect with the punch into the into the root from the Nature's guys, I mean, it can control the Storm quite often and for quite a long time.
It's interesting you mentioned the roots, because we're getting to the stage where people start complaining about the Treant perma root.
Yeah.
The problem is you're in a game with Midnight Pulse. Half the time he's not invis to do that anymore.
That's the problem, yeah. And there's Furion as well, transforming his happy little trees.
Money. 130 gold picked up by Bane.
130, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Look at those coins everywhere around.
Look at him. He's just splashing it all out. Filthy frickin' rich. I mean, at this stage in the game, the bounties do sort of matter. People kind of misunderstand, I think, sometimes. They go, but the cores, they're farmed. What do they care? They don't need many more items. Yeah, but the supports do.
The supports do. You have to buy those sentries, those wards. You need new items. Like, just check LeBron out. He actually has a hex. He makes so much difference in these fights. The Glimmer Cape as well. And talking about that, the buffed Centaur bros, look at those.
Where's the Terry Crews kind of, kind of chest movements? Let's see him.
They definitely should have added that.
I want that to now be a taunt for Centaur.
Taunt for Centaur.
He kind of like goes back on 2 and hops along while doing that, so you can see.
The pecs start contracting, right? Yeah.
There we go.
That should happen.
Look at this. It's Roche time.
Look at Kodos. He actually has a gem now as well. So remember when he was 6-slotted without the gem, he actually realized, nope, that's not the way, because I can't really make these kills any longer. They have Shadow Blades, they have the Glimmer Cape on Nature's Prophet. I want to be able to kill off people, and I need that gem for that.
This is again worrying. One kill could decide it all. And I mean, the Weaver is not actually curbing off at all in this game.
Yeah, the Nullifier as well now.
He's super scary.
Kodos is close.
Oh, he's hexed, the Hex is there, the X as well. The Torrent's going to come in with a boat. They might be able to lock him down. He won't be able to zip away. No, he gets it just in time. That is huge here. If he goes down, the whole dynamic of this game changes.
I think they didn't want to waste the Black Hole because he just respawns so fast.
True.
But they could have, they could have killed him there. I think
Chosen one.
Yeah.
Nightmare to protect. The Torrent starts to connect. And now the Nullifier out, trying to do enough damage. Echo's there. Swift into the BKB in the back foot. Loop with the kill. Mitch. He's going to load. He's going to live long enough. Yes, he's the BKB. He's going to come. No! He black holes, but dies! Swift ending. He needs to make a swift exit here. But can he? No. Time-lapse is back just in time as the gems keep him vision on him. But Nightmare up. The Vortex control. He might go down. And Zitrax is just knocking on your door. He's going through your base, but you can't go to the defend. DNZ's going to go down. So is LeBron. And Baranya. It's a last man standing situation, but you're losing the entire base. DNZ with the buyback. There's going to be one coming on the Weaver as well. Piranha is tanky. The BKB there. He needs to just TP out. He cannot fight against this. And still almost dies. They're going for the Drow, but Zitrak, he is committed here. He gets it. Mega creeps achieved.
Nemiga with the mega creeps. EPG fans, where are you now?
EPG, question mark, question mark, question mark. This game, time and time again. And Zitrax patiently waited with that Shadow Blade on the bot lane the entire time.
He was just waiting. He was just waiting. And the Kodos movement there was actually all planned. He was trying to bait them to go on to him so that the Drow can go on and take those Raxes.
Now, as a result, they are in a sticky situation. Baranya. X is going to pop the Lincolns, but he's silenced up the Torrent to connect. But Baranya's pretty far out. Needs to be careful. Doesn't have the BKB yet. There is damage coming in. He's forced to fight with the bow, but there's the fidget to interrupt. Now they can't do too much. They get X drawback. The disarm's there on the Storm, but they don't have the damage to follow up. DNZ trying to move in, but nope, Nightmare's there. He doesn't even have the Overgrowth Veil. They're going to move forward, find the Bane kill. But that is just a consolation prize at this stage. They did get Astro as well, but they need to get one of these kills. These are the important ones. Chosen one. Forced off away. He didn't make his escape. He's got the gem on him as well.
He has the gem. He has
he sees Swift ending coming for him.
No mana to work with, that's the problem. But he has that talent for the extra untouchable.
But not with the Swift ending. Swift ending doesn't have mana either.
Yeah. And there's a regen now on Storm.
Oh, regen in the haste. That seems reasonable. And the ball lightning all the way in. Oh no, he can't quite connect. Mitch will be fine. That's intimidating though.
However,
look at this sneak.
Rush, yeah. Storm's coming in though.
Storm's coming in though. He's going to make the move. DNZ's low. He's going to try and finish off Swift as well. The Vortex control's big. They're going to get a kill. Double kill for Kono. No! LeBron is here. But how do you fight up against this? Sansa's going to be there and he's going to be ran down. The Glimmer Cape's trying to escape, but he sees everything. The Bash from Roche. LeBron is not going to be protected though. It's going to be GG as EPG, after what looked like an easy cleanup, after a fantastic laning phase, they lose.
They lose? Yep. That's what happened. Been there, done that.
You okay there, Liz?
I'm fine. Yeah. You know what? This casting gig is actually good because you get to watch. You know, you don't have to be in those shoes. Been there, done that.
Oh, you guys didn't see it halfway through. Liz just got to the point where he was like this, and he's like, you know, because you know these are your friends. Some of these guys are your friends. You've known for a long time, and you're like, easy EPG win. This is done.
I mean, I honestly thought they had this game.
So did I.
Before the game even started, I honestly thought that Zitrax and the boys. Before it started, I honestly thought that EPG had it. That Zitrax and the boys are complete underdogs and that they can win if you give them the heroes. And I did talk about that in the draft. If you let hero spammers get their heroes that they spam, they're going to win because they're really on a high level with those heroes. You have these players that have 1,000 game on one hero. If you don't ban that one, he's going to be on the same level as you or on an even higher level with that hero. And because of that, he's going to play it magnificently. And in all honesty, EPG, as you said, they won all the lanes. And after that, they had their high ground push timing, minutes 15, 16, and they only took the range tracks. And then after that, they started kind of messing around. They started diving high ground with only 2 heroes. They started being picked off. It took them a while to actually get their stuff together and start playing proper Dotes again. But it was too late because that Storm, he got his Bloodstone, he got so many charges with those pickoffs that like, he was unstoppable. Honestly, it was Zitrax's draw, but that Kodos, that guy's a talent, and that Storm really did play well.
And that's the thing. You know, I don't know who I want to give MVP to. You're blowing the trumpet for Kodos, but one thing I want to highlight, the one decisive turning point was that push. You're talking about 50-minute. I never got a chance to talk about it because so many people died afterwards. I want to give some special credit to Astral, right? The way he walked in, it looks like he's just suiciding, but the zonal buffer he created in that one fight
Amazing.
allowed them to flip kills on the supports and defend their base. If it wasn't for that move with the apparent fluffed Echo Slam, then actually instead you just see the side of EPG walk back into the base again.
Yeah. Besides that, a very silent Shaker game, but that one move that one moment was really good.
But with that, EPG are behind already, and for a lot of people, they were the favorites. I mean, the odds suggested around that.
Yeah, the odds were pretty much on that.
They were a little bit favorable towards EPG, but they are 1 game behind. These are best of 3s, though, so they aren't out for the count yet. They get to fight for the opportunity to continue in the Autumn Brawl. We're going to go to a short break, but then we'll be back with game number 2 between these two teams. Stay tuned.